Hey, what's up everybody? You guys missed the best part of the video. I had to spark up my joint with the toaster because my lighter don't work no more. So let's put that down for a minute. So yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to talk about today. There's always something I could talk about, but I'll address like a few little minor stupid points, I guess, since I'm like, really what's going on today is you guys see this stuff on my wall, right? These are sound deadening panels. You might see them in like recording studios or people make music and stuff like that. Well, I'm in the process of covering my entire wall with the sound deadening material for doing like audio stuff, voiceovers and stuff like that. So basically you guys can watch me do this and I'll talk while I do it. I got the wireless, you know, they call it a dead cat thing on my ear. So you guys can hopefully hear me okay while I'm doing my work here. But I thought, why not just hit record and all that, since this particular video is going on YouTube. And really, YouTube ain't really professional. It doesn't pay me and anything like that. So it's like junk content. So if you want to watch a more entertaining video, get out of this channel and go somewhere else. If you want to see me, listen up. Because I'm bound to just like talk some shit that you guys probably don't really care about. But listen up if you want. Anyway, my name is Shimmy Cash. I have a couple of entertainment channels all over the internet. Google me if you want to support my work. Okay, that said, this past week, what have I done videos about? The motorcycle, the so-called Passport Bros, and stuff like that, Thailand, whatever. I don't really take none of it really too seriously. I'm just grateful and blessed to be out of the USA and out of the West or whatever. And I will say, if any of you, brothers are watching my shit, man, and you've made it here to the Far East, I like commend you, I applaud you, I salute you, because you've got an open mind. Apparently you speak more than one language, and you've pretty much got a little bit of sense if you ended up over here and you're trying to enjoy your life away from some turmoil in the West, because I don't want to be going through over that shit show right now. So let's just put that aside. So we are brothers in that respect, but there's always some things people disagree with. A lot of people, you guys might not like me. I don't give a fuck. It really is what it is. But let me point out a few things that might help some of you understand me a little bit better. All right. So me as an entertainer, okay, whenever I see cameras, I associate cameras with work. I'm doing this show right now on a telephone. Okay. Here's my old broken phone here. Let me show you guys the difference. This is a phone, a very cheap one, my old Samsung. I took it apart to make sure that the Jews didn't put no bombs in it. But I mean, okay, there's another cheap phone here. This is a phone with a cracked screen. This is a cellular telephone, and this is a camera, okay? So you guys can see the difference. One of these things here, I don't even know how to turn the fucker thing on. There we go. Phone, camera, phone, camera. One of these is the tools of amateurs and one is the tool of professionals. Can you spot the difference, boys and girls? I mean, for one, I don't really consider content produced on a telephone to be equivalent to content produced on a camera. As like a semi-professional producer, I think if you're shooting any kind of video with a phone, you must not be planning to make any money off of it. As far as cameras go, really, actually, nowadays, cell phones cost more than cameras. Go figure. But my work camera here, I actually haven't really used it in a long time. And when I do use it in America, I actually hire the girls. I hire them in pairs to do, one's the camera operator, one's the talent, and they switch. So in the last, like, at least 2 or 3 years, almost 100% of my videos have been filmed by the girls themselves. And I find that girls are far more talented. They take better pictures anyway, but girls are more talented with cameras, and the work just comes out better by hiring a girl and having her do the camera work for me. And for those of you that don't know, I pay a chick $100 just to do this. Turn the camera on, basically. I can't even do the shit. The battery ain't charged, is it? Yeah. There you go. That's $100 right there. Bam. So really I pay them $100 an hour. But as far as like, if you're gonna make a movie, you need a camera guy or a camera girl or a camera operator. You cannot just POV the entire world and be a one-man crew with your camera. Otherwise, your videos are just gonna, I don't know, I'm just not into that whole 100% POV thing. So I bring this up because, like, yeah, man, the camera, I associate it with work. So the last video that I did, I was talking about people filming in public and whatever with the camera. And I'm like, man, when I go to the store, when I go to the market, when I go out in a public street or a public road, I don't expect to see people with professional camera gear like coming up to me and stuff like that, or at least making me the subject of their presentation. I feel like I should be being compensated. I mean, like, shit, man, do I have to like walk? I'm not shy. I'm not trying to protect my image, but when I see a camera, I'm like, oh man, work, America, work, 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 work. You know, it's just kind of a bummer, that's all. I will give you an example to solidify my point here. One moment, okay? All right, now see, most of you folks, you've probably been to either a car show, a convention, a trade show, where they give you something like this, like a badge. I don't care if it's a comic book convention, a car show. This last one I went to was ASD, which is like a distributor show for people that are interested in opening up dollar stores and shit like that. I go to a lot of conventions or whatever. I do like conventions and comic book shows and stuff like that, but when they give you your badge at registration, they make you sign a waiver that says you may be on camera, you will be recorded, you may be part of our future marketing and stuff like that. But when you go to the convention, since it's usually an enclosed stadium, community center, auditorium, something like that, you accept that. They're like, okay, I'm in the comic book convention, other people are going to have cameras, and I'm going to be maybe in a magazine, newspaper, website, something like that. But you've already signed that waiver when you agreed to get your badge in the show. Okay, now here in public, people don't have that. They're just walking around willy-nilly, you know, shooting people and stuff like that with their cameras. And that's all that I was talking about last week. It's like, I did not travel here. I don't know if it's 10,000 or 20,000 miles or whatever to the Far East to get here, just to feel like I'm at work when I leave my house. I mean, some people don't, nigga, it's like if you're in front of a camera for a living, it's different. Okay, now back home, if you were a postman or a cop, or you, like me, you're a janitor, you're fucking Uber Eats, taxi guy, Lyft, whatever it is you did back home, if you didn't, how could I explain this without frustrating myself, man? It's like, if you walked outside and people started handing you a mop when you're going to the store and you were a janitor back home, you probably don't want to see a mop anytime soon, right? I don't want to see any cameras anytime soon unless there's like naked girls holding them and shit like that, basically. So when I see this, my brain is like, oh, work, no, bad, So I only bring up that convention topic thing to be like, hey, man, I didn't agree to be in your shit. I don't want to be part of this right now. I just want to chill out and relax. Why can't you just do the same is all that I wonder. And I'm doing this show to you guys, to you little young niggas and old niggas alike, to tell you, like, you should have had your money situation figured out before you come to the Far East. It's a bad idea to move to any country, be it like Dominican Republic, Thailand, Costa Rica, Brazil, Colombia. It's a bad idea to go there and try to make money while you're there. Don't think you're going to have a bright idea to go, oh, I'm just going to go start up my travel channel. I'll just go there and annoy people all over the world. No one will care. Forget about the people I'm pissing off. Fuck them. It's my world. You cannot think like that. You're not the only person in the world. And damn, nigga, it's just inconsiderate. And besides that, when I see people making movies with a fucking telephone, I'm just like, I want to pull my hair out. Like, nigga, get some gear. Like, get a Canon at that. If it's not a Canon, it's trash, as far as I'm concerned. Man, I just don't know what to do, man. But anyway, that's their problem. That's you niggas' problem or whatever. I am not, just for you guys to know, I am not working here in East Asia, Thailand, whatever. I'll work when I go back to America and make some movies and shit like that. But I didn't come here I didn't come here to be on the camera in someone else's shit like that. You know, especially involuntarily. That's all that I'm saying. So if you guys could respect that, that's all that I. Other than that, I'm like, fuck it, whatever, right? But again, I associate cameras with work. All I'm saying. All right. So with that said, I mean, I guess my next video that I do, I was going to do a video about, going to have to wait for another day about how to tension and tighten the chain on the Honda bike. But that's for another story or another day. The mail came today, and you guys get to joyously watch me rant and whatever as I stick up these panels on the wall and whatever. So if you don't want to see that or listen to me, hit another video. It's not that kind of a channel, you know. I am not like just a cartoon for your entertainment on this little YouTube thing while it lasts, at least. So, whatever, man. So, what else could I discuss on this thing here? Well, I got you guys on my channel on my screen, huh? And by the way, if I'm doing this wrong for you audio people that are, you know, singers, rappers, and shit like that know about audio, tell me if I'm doing something wrong in the comments. But my plan is to just fill the wall up like a grid and corner off the area where I'm going to have the sound deadening or whatever. So that's all that I'm doing. But anyway, if you've come this far, thanks for watching my channel and listening to me rant and all that kind of shit. I hope I'm doing this correctly anyway. But first time for everything. And by the way, I did get my air conditioners finally cleaned and drained out or whatever. You have to get like a wet, dry shop vac to do it properly, I found. But there's ways around that. So yeah, man, this is it. Just modifying the place, the homestead, to make it feel and be more like home and useful and stuff like that. That's all. That's all. All right, this might take a while, so yeah, man, that's all. I guess I could be looking at the comments or something and going on that, but I don't really feel like doing this shit right now. Yeah, man. So, hold on, go there, go there. Folks will notice that I talk to myself a lot, so whatever is whatever. Okay, I guess I'll do like one sideways and one that way, and I'll get a, yeah, I'll cut them back the other way. All right. This thing's still recording here? Oh, it is. Give me a moment. I think I have to like probably, yeah, I'll wipe the wall down for a minute before one moment. I'll pause this and come back in a second. All right, so back at it. I see my plan or angle of attack for doing this wall thing here now. But yeah, here's what I wanted to say to you guys there. Again, for you guys to have the bright idea of coming to Asia, Latin America, and just starting up a business or whatever. Take a word of advice from me. The only business that's really not that risky is real estate in other countries. You can always buy a property and you could always rent it out, and it's legal. You don't need a work permit for this, and it's your asset, and you could buy it and sell it and rent it and do whatever you please with it because it's just a piece of property, right? Most countries that I've been to require you to have a work permit if you're going to open up a restaurant, a bar, a service, or this or that, or you know, shit. This, like, again, this YouTube channel here is nonprofit. I'm not selling shit on here, and again, I'm not here to work, and I'm not here to shill for money. I'm not here to super chat and live stream for your shit. It's okay. Just Google me if you want to buy my movies or whatever and that. But I am not here working. For one, it's highly illegal, and you guys don't want the heat of working without a work permit in any country. The consequences probably are pretty severe. They could be light, they could be severe, but there's probably payoffs involved. So don't do that shit. Get your money elsewhere before you jump on the plane and have your shit go. I don't care if you guys got to sell a car, do a business, work a job, or a combination of all three before you leave America or wherever, but don't come here expecting to like hit the ground running and try to ramp up your shit. It's a very, trust me on this, I've done the research, it's a very not good business plan. But a good plan that is for you is you should just try to, whatever country you're in, you know, just go buy some property, live in it, rent it out, sell it, rinse and repeat, and that's safe and you don't have any headaches. There are a lot of people that come here, and I'll start doing my work here now. There's a lot of people that come to this country in particular, and also Dominican Republic, Sosua, stuff like that. They want to go and open up bars and restaurants and nightclubs, and, you know, have the new foreigner hangout spot. And I have never seen that shit end well in any country. There's always some like local people or something that you have to pay off, or at least your place is going to always get robbed and shit. You know, locals don't like it when you're making money on them and off of them. And, you know, even if You know, you might think they're friendly and this and that. It's just not cool. It's not a good look. You should be a guest, a resident, a tourist, and you're pretty much, they look at you as you're here to spend money and not make money. And I have to agree with that concept. Let them get their own or whatever. Don't try to take from their pot or their position, or there's usually problems, man. All kind of problems, man. A lot of people, they've opened up bars, restaurants, and clubs, and they've gone under and gone south. And it would have been a much better idea if you niggas would have just bought a house or a condo or something, and you'd still have that fucker. But there's always too many local shakedowns, basically, that you're going to have to pay off and stuff like that, is all that I'm saying. I bring this up because I was talking with some dude I know here, and he's telling me the story about the what's that bar here in Pattaya called? Golden Tiger Bar. If you guys look at my it's one of the few times I did a public video, whatever, during the Songkran Water Festival where they're having a water gun fight. That's actually where I was at this last year for the last New Year's party. And now the bar, the club, it's no longer open. It's been shut down, whatever. And I talked to a buddy local here, and he tells me that what happened? The business was booming, it's running good. And then like all of a sudden, he's like, somebody demanded like $1 million baht, which is like, that's like $32,000, like cash money, like pay that up right now or else your shit's getting shut down, is what I heard the story, as far as I've heard. I don't know if that's true or not. That's the story that got told to me in person, not on the internet. So having to pay a $30,000 shakedown just to keep your little, rinky-dink drinking spot open is ridiculous, Who can deal with those kind of shakedowns and payoffs and shit like that, man? There's no way to live, and there's no way to, you work hard for your, what do you call it? Your retirement, your pension, your money, and all that, just to have some shit like that happen. This is going to be a gap right here. God damn it. God, I don't want to pick them back up either. How am I going to make this shit work? Oh, the problems of doing a grid. Well, I'll sort it out in hindsight. I guess one can go there and one can go there. Anyway, I don't know what I'm doing, people. The important thing, rather than aesthetics, is that this thing actually helps with the sound dampening. I'm also doing this panel thing here for my neighbors, if you guys can't see the floor here, my floor has like a padding that's like about 2.5 inches thick, and this sound absorbing material here will help me to really help to not piss my neighbors off, because I play my music and stuff rather loud, and just out of consideration, I'd rather just dampen the sound, man, for consideration's sake, and also makes my audio sound better. So yeah, man. But getting back to my story, man, yeah, don't, if you guys ever saw the movie with Denzel Washington called American Gangster, where he goes back to Bangkok or something, he goes to look for this bar ran by black guys called Soul Brothers. I don't know if it's based on a true story or whatever, but probably based out of like Soy Cowboy in Bangkok, that district, or that street. The Soul Brothers bar is basically what that was trying to be. A black owned bar here, black guys from the States set it up or whatever. And I mean, it sounds good on paper. I'm sure it ran great, did great, but often is the case in this country and others. I found out that once you have a business and it's booming, it'll probably get shut down, and then as soon as you're up out of there, whoever shook or shut you down is going to open up shop in the same location and open up the same exact business that you ran there now that you're out of the picture. This happened frequently in Sosua, Dominican Republic. If you guys know the story of Roomba Bar there, I mean, that's been around for like, at least in the last 10 years. I think the bar is still open there, actually, but in the last 10 years, that bar has gone through so much ownership. It's gone from a guy there was a guy from New York that did all kind of charity stuff, a white dude there, right? Like he built basketball courts and stuff in Sosua and Puerto Plata. I think he sponsored the Sosua Sharks and some other baseball team or some shit there. He did a lot of good for the community, man. And they ended up deporting that nigga. There's a white dude, a cracker. They deported him back to New York over something. I don't know what for, but they deported him. His bar got shut down, took over. Then some like biker guy took it over, We used to call him the old biker with the bandana. And then before you know it, some other fuck's running it or whatever. But it just goes to show you, once you make a business that's booming and you're a foreigner, the locals are going to want to come take a piece of that action, man. They're going to want to shut it down. You could argue that the old mayor guy in Sosua, Willie, since he opened up, what is that place, D-Latin or some shit like that, in that new casino place he's got, he could have been the architect of that little shutdown takeover, you know? As long as there's a local person and they have somebody in-house, some police chief or some guy to come and do raids and shut your shit down, man, you ain't never safe, even if you're paying them fuckers off. So you're better off, if your whole goal is to get money, you're better off being a silent player in whatever city or country you're in, and just, shit, man, do like Chinese do, man. Not to not be racist about this shit. Just go in and silently buy up pieces of property, piece by piece, block by block, block by block. No one ever knows that you own the motherfucker unless you tell them, right? And even once you tell them, so what? You know, yeah, nigga, what? You want to rent a room? I mean, just like that. But so far as actually selling shit and doing cash hand over fist transactions every day, bad idea to do that shit for him, man. Very bad idea. And I hope that if I could save one person the hassle, the trouble of thinking like, oh, I'm just going to open up a bar. It's easy. I just need some refrigerators and a pool table and all the girls will come and throw my money. I'm like, man, you're in for a world of trouble and shakedowns. Now, I do know a lot of local, like Thai girls, a lot of them, they own their own massage shops here. And I'm friends with them, and they tell me that even they have people to pay off and shake down and whatever. So if they do that to their own people, you stand no chance as a foreigner. You can't run a business here. What were you thinking? Or else you can't run a profitable business here, I would say. Now, at least it's not as bad as in a Spanish country where your shit's just getting robbed and ripped and, you know, just burglarized all the fucking time. It ain't that bad here. I mean, I haven't opened up a business here. I wouldn't know, but the people here are pretty kind, polite, Buddhist, and they're not like thieves and shit like that, like in Spanish countries. So you probably don't have that kind of a problem going on, but man, you can't just come to another country and fuck with people's money and their local economy and think no one's going to take notice. You guys are crazy. Every single business has a neighboring business that's, you know, if you're making $1, you're taking one out of their pocket. So of course, you know, you can't, if you look at this as like, those of you that are from that other game, you know, you can't just go and encroach on another nigger's property without paying taxes and royalties. And, you know, it just ain't going to fly, man. Shit. You niggers are crazy thinking you're going to come here and do some shit like that. You know? Fuck. Anyway, I hope I could save someone out there who's thinking of, opening up a bar, massage shop, restaurant, any kind of like tourist shit. Man, just forget about it. Let them people make their own money and whatever. They were doing fine without you before you got here. And again, you know, niggers will copycat your shit, shut you down, and in many cases, they might even keep the business name the same and keep the signage up and just change the ownership entirely once they kick your ass out of the country. I'm just saying, I've seen it happen before. So, you know, don't be surprised at underhanded tactics the local people will use to protect their territory, you know. That's all that I'm saying. The whole world, for those of you that are coming up like me in black communities, see, black people are unique in the sense that they've allowed, as many movies have pointed out, Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, shit like that, or just looking with your own eyes, you know, you'll see the Korean liquor store, the Arab liquor store, all that kind of shit in black neighborhoods. And black people tolerate this shit. They tolerate a million Chinese restaurants in the hood and whatever and this and that. And they patronize them too, right? But the rest of the world is not so friendly as black people like that. Black people have this like free market economy shit, with the exception of you encroaching upon their dope game or whatever or some shit like that. They could give a fuck. They'll buy all your orange chicken, swap meat, bootleg clothes, hair extensions, all that kind of shit. You can push it in black communities, right? And they're not going to give no pushback, right? But almost every other community in the world is going to protect its own economy except for black people. You know, so black people have this notion or thinking like, oh, well, the rest of the world's just like Oakland, California. Yeah, I could go open up this in this hood and ain't nothing gonna happen. Right. Nigga, I opened up a corner store in Canada and them crackers robbed me multiple times. You know, they don't give a fuck, you outsider. Fuck you, Yankee. Whatever. We'll rob your black ass. How dare you come into our white community and open up a corner store. We'll show you. And we'll deport your black ass too. You know, fuck you, nigger. That's the kind of shit that other people are on, right? So you have to be careful about that when you're moving in on other people's territory. My advice to you peoples out there is just do as I'm doing. Make your money while you're in America or Canada or whatever. And once you think you have sufficient enough funds to float, dip and relax. You'll find me sitting by the pool. You niggas got, I see people on the YouTube, they got all these nice condos and shit, better than what I got. You got a nice pool, a rooftop view, all that shit. Go enjoy it, nigga. Don't come here to click a mouse or work or vlog or, you know, inflate your fucking ego. For one, I tell you, the YouTube motherfuckers, the fucking Jews aren't ever going to pay you nothing anyway. You know, for at least a decade, if not more. And if you could survive that long without getting shut down, they might give you a couple of shekels every month, but it ain't gonna be worth your time. You guys are working for not even minimum wage. It's a ridiculous joke. You guys are working for like $1 per video or something, probably. So I know you guys aren't doing it for community service, or you wouldn't put so much. You know, I be seeing niggers doing shit on their like a lot of excuse me, god damn it. Excuse me. You guys see I don't take this shit too seriously, right? But a lot of the black YouTubers, travel bloggers and shit like that, they've actually taken the time to make little pre-roll introductions like they're doing a real fucking show. It's got an intro, a trailer, some niggas got credits and shit, title screen. I'm like, this is YouTube. Nigga, they're not paying you. What are you? My point is, why are you putting all this extra effort into making your little video into a production? You didn't even take the time to do it with a real camera. There's no model releases. There's no profit. There's no point. So why are you trying to make the shit look pretty and make yourself, I don't know, why does everybody want to be the big nigga is my question. You're not doing it for the girls. There's more than enough to go around here, and you don't need a fucking camera and a microphone and this is not like America where hoes will be asking you how many Instagram followers you got and shit like that. They don't give a fuck about that shit here, right? So what are you doing it for? So-called clout? Fame? What do niggers call that shit? You know, there's a word for it. Oh, street cred. That's what it is. Are you niggas doing it for street cred? Yeah, that's me, nigga. Look at me. Yeah. I got street cred. Nigga, please. All right, so getting to the edge of here, I'm going to have to pull the sofa out a bit to get another row below. I got 1, 2, 3, 4... I got like a dozen more tiles here, so I got to do my math and start slicing shit to fit it correctly. All right, fair enough. All right, let me take a little break here. I got to find my little edger X-Acto to cut some of these squares up and put it on the screen. But yeah, man, you guys will see me do some like audio shit soon. I'm really thinking about buying a violin soon. You guys don't know I used to play the violin for like 6 years. I'm a real nerd, so I might do some... I don't even think about getting an electric violin if I could find one. I'll look around the marketplace for one. But yeah, man, I'm gonna do some more audio music shit once I get this audio stuff set up. So that's all. Let me not bore you guys with a short attention span. I see this video is at like the 30-minute mark. I ramble a lot. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Shimmy Cash. If you want to support my work, Google me. 18 plus adults only. You can find my other channels. SHIMMYCASH. Shimmy Cash is the name. My sites are Indian Girls, Tatikos, White Girl Cops, White Wives Matter. You guys know the drill. I say it at the end of everything. But just look me up if you want to support my work. Buy them, watch the trailers, share them. I don't care. 18 plus adults only. That's where you could find me. And I only do this other camera shit for profit. If it's coming on a telephone, it's just for fun. So... you guys, again, take my advice. If you are going to do the video thing, I know you niggas ain't going to listen to me, but at least go hire. Why don't you guys go hire a camera girl? pay a girl to run the camera for you, so then you actually have, nigga, you want to be the star of your show, have the girl walk around and film you so that you're, I don't know, I guess. I mean, that's how I would do it, at least anyway. But whatever, don't listen to me. What the fuck do I know? I'm just a stupid video guy that makes porn. All right, you guys have a great day. Take care. Shimmy Cash is signing out. Peace and hair grease. 30 minutes. Wow, bam. All right, hit the upload.